Hold the front door. Did he just say what I thought he said? Am I hearing things? Did he just say? I did not see that one coming. I could have swore he was such and such daddy. I didn't know he was his dad. This is crazy. We'll get into it right after this. Power Book 2, Season 2, Episode 4, titled Getting These Ends, aka He's Zeke Daddy. He's Zeke's daddy, come on. He's Zeke's daddy. Y'all remember that Pac song? He's Zeke's daddy, come on. He's Zeke's daddy. He's Zeke's daddy. Listen to Machiavelli by Pac. It's called Daddy. I believe that's the name of the song. It's just like that. Come to me anytime you want. We play Stoke Jams on the radio. He's Zeke's daddy. Who's seen that coming? Everybody was saying this was Kanan's dad. They were saying that this was Ghost's secret brother. Who the hell saw that this was Zeke's? And who the hell knew this was Monique's child? Did we know that in the first season? Did they uncover? I feel like we heard that before. Maybe we did know that part, but we didn't know that we definitely didn't know Mecca was Zeke's daddy. So, and I didn't know he was. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, what the fuck? Ain't no way this is their child. He too dumb. He not smart at all. And neither one of them is tall. Where he get his athleticism from? Where he get his height from? This is some bullshit, man. Zeke ain't mixed. Zeke is nigga. For real. Anyway, this episode was good, man. It's getting good. It's getting deep. Listen, starts off with Milgram. She's looking for Zeke. She's trying to reach him, and I'm like, this lady, for her to be a professor and have these degrees, she really ain't the sharpest tool in shit. You should not be seen with Zeke. You should be nowhere near Zeke. You shouldn't be reaching out for Zeke. You shouldn't be talking to Zeke. You shouldn't be thinking about Zeke. You should be doing whatever you can to stay away from Zeke. You should actually be trying to find a new job and resign and get the hell up on out of New York City, or at least the borough you're in, which I don't even know what borough they are in, but you should be going to Staten Island or somewhere. Go teach some of the Wu-Tang kids or something. I don't know, but you don't. But anyway, I knew something was up because, listen, if you watch any TV show, whenever there's a damsel in distress in the dark area at night, leaves blowing, nobody's around, it's somebody around, and something about to happen. So I knew it. I didn't know what was going to happen. But anyway, she's texting Zeke, and then Monet ass pop up on that ass. Bah! Bust her window. Monique, you did. I'm on Monet. I said Monique. I'm sorry. Monet, I'm tired. It's been a long day. I shot a video today. I did a photo shoot. I'm tired. I'm sorry. But anyway, Monet bust that window open so quick. And Monet, you didn't have to bust that girl window open. You know you didn't have to do that. But she bust that window open quick, put that pistol to her head, and I said, this is Monet I love right here. It's something about seeing Mary J. Blige be gangster. It's just, I don't know, it's satisfying. But anyway, she put the pistol to her head, told her, listen, didn't I tell you don't be talking to my nephew? Actually, really my son. She didn't say that, but she was like, didn't I tell you don't be talking to my nephew? Now you work for me. This is what you gonna do. And she said, you gonna find out what they know or something, she said, or she said, you're gonna, I forget exactly what she said, but she said, you work for me and you gonna find out something. Tell me in the comments what she said, because I don't remember. Anyway, we see Tariq goes to see Attorney Davis and the scumbag, this other scumbag lawyer who would not be your name, Sachs. Okay, I said his name, but he gets him on there. And I love the conversation they're having. They're talking about, should I get this car or should I get that car? And then Sachs is like, well, if you get this car, it's going to say you're a douchebag. And he's like, well, what would your lady friend from the prosecutor's office say if you put up in this Porsche 911? I like they talking money talk. Tariq comes in there and is like, listen, I need you to keep the heat off of Zeke. Because, you got to look out for him. And Sachs is like, why are you worried about Zeke? And he's just like, listen, as long as Zeke don't get in trouble, I can stay in school. So I need him to not be in trouble because pretty much my future is riding on him. And you think Tariq will kind of do something more to kind of prevent this from happening. And he's trying, but I don't even see how it got this far. But then again, Tariq didn't know that Zeke was popping Professor Milgram, but he kind of alludes to that Ramirez's gun was found at the at the scene, and they're like, "Yo, how do you know this?" And obviously, he pretty much telling on himself without telling on himself. So, Sax is like, "Yo, aren't you worried about why he's knowing what he does?" And listen, Method Man's character Davis is not. He's just about the money. He like, listen, just follow the money. All that other stuff, you worried about the wrong stuff. You're not a prosecutor anymore. You're a defense attorney. So you switch sides. So get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? We see they're having a meeting at the office with Detective Whitman. We got Tate, Milgram, and Simon. They're meeting with the new dean, and they're just trying to cross. Pretty much just trying to dot the I's, cross the T's, figure out who knows what. And they pretty much trying to get this cop off their back, but he's not being he's not being cooperative at all. So they're saying that Tate is going to be a liaison between the police and the school. Milgram's out because obviously she's a suspect, and they also allude that they're just trying to figure. Simon wants him to leave Zeke alone because Zeke is the star player. That's pretty much the gist of it. He wants to know what evidence do you have in order to pursue him. The detective doesn't want to reveal what he knows, and obviously because Carrie's right there, and then he really don't really have any concrete evidence. That's why he really doesn't. But Tate knows what's going on. And when they walk out, he kind of alludes to that to Milgram, and Milgram suggests, listen, if you get Zeke off, this could help your career. You will be the shining savior and knight of whatever. And listen, am I the only one getting annoyed by this damn detective dude? He's a sore loser, bro. Like, she don't want you no more. I'm telling you, Milgram did him dirty back in the day. She had to have. I love the film when Tate and Milgram were having a discussion. He said, listen, you got a brother in the ground, you got a brother in the hot seat, and you got Captain America in the middle. He said, I'm not going to even lie. I'm even more intrigued now. I said, yo, this dude crazy. That's some shit I would have said too, though. Like, yo, you got that fire. I want some. But she tries to play a little game too, because as we know, she's in the hot seat, and she says, listen, it'll be in your best interest to save Zeke because this will make you look good. But at the end of the day, she's trying to save her old boo thing. We see Monet and Davis meet up at the bar. He like, listen, I need $1 million, just a high profile case. Davis be making out like a fat rabbit, man. I'm telling you, this dude got so much bread. And then with him getting Tasha off the case, his stock went up. But listen, that's nothing to frown upon. But anyway, she goes into the bar to hand him some bread, and the money's gone. And we all know who took the money. Diana took the damn money to pay the same lawyer for her father's defense. And it's funny later, Davis is like, listen, man, Tyreek, what's up with the clients you bringing me? He was like, yo, they janky as hell. Like, what? Like, he's like, yo, I'm never taking another referral from you ever again. Anyway, we see the money's missing, and Monet, next thing you know, we see her hanging over the contractor. She got her foot on his face. He looks all beat up, and I'm like, who did she have do this? Because ain't no way she did this. And I'm thinking, did he steal the money? But then I had to think, I'm like, oh, Diana got the money, but she popped him, man. She ended. She has a family meeting. She tells him she popped him. And this one I knew right then and there. Diana does not have a conscience because she didn't flinch, frown, feel guilty for taking the money. She was just like, yeah, what we gonna? I was like, oh, she's shady as hell. She's shady. You done got that man killed. That man probably had kids or whatever. For some shit you took, and she's just looking guilty as hell. So, yeah, that's why I'm like, yo, Diana's savage. Like we a lot of people sleep on Diana, but the fact that she just cold and calculated like that, like to not have no remorse for something that's pretty much her fault. Yeah, she is savage. Drew was like, yo, who would take the money? We all know who took it. But anyway, they got to get up a milli. They trying to figure out, like, yo, how they got to do it. They all got to kind of figure out a plan. And that's what this episode was, to show who was the most resilient. And then we I'm not gonna say I knew, but Drew won, and I thought Kane would have most definitely got the most money. But he had the players stage a protest and not play the game, and they started a GoFundMe for Zeke. Um, that way they could raise the money up and the bread whatnot. It was a crazy episode. Listen, Zeke was on Jamel Hill's show, and she threw him right under the bus. And why Jamel Hill always look like she don't have nothing done up with her? Something about her. I just like, yo, why she is like it's something she could just do to make herself somewhat look more presentable. But I think that's just her image. She's just more so like a roundaway type sports girl and whatnot. Um, but hey, it is what it is. But I ain't like the way she threw my man Zeke under the bus. And I was about to add her on Twitter and say, yo, you shady. But then I remember it was a TV show. We see another classroom scene where they talking about karma and effects of it. And you look over and look who was holding hands. I said, look, they officially a couple now. So y'all know how we got to do. We got to come up with a couple name for Lauren and Tariq. Lariq. Tora. I don't know. Y'all post it in the comments. Y'all let me know what they couple name is. But she was looking at him like, yeah, man. He finally locked it down. Tyreek did, man. You know who gonna be mad? Diana. We see that Tate's brother. What they say his name is? What's Tamal? Tamal Tate. Kamal Tate. Kamal Tate. He's part of the. And first thing when I said that, I said this is a tiny little man. Compared to Captain America, he was very small, but they get right off to a head start, button heads. Tate's calling out all his theories are wrong. Like why is he a suspect? What evidence do you have? And you see that dude don't really got nothing. And every time he tries to shut down a theory, this dude keeps making him up. Well, this is what happened, and I'm like, dude, this ain't even good detective work. Like he shouldn't been taken off the case minutes like months ago. But it is what it's TV. But like he don't have no concrete evidence of nothing. It's just theories and speculation. You got to move on. Like when it's something like this, they tell you move on. It's done. You don't have anything concrete. Move on. We see Mecca and Kane meet up. Kane's telling him like, listen, man, I gotta come up with some extra bread. I had to slow down on doing whatever I need to do. Blah blah blah. And Mecca proposes an opportunity for him to get some bread, but kill some competition for him. So it's kind of killing two birds with one stone. He like, yo, I want you to steal all his money. I want you to steal all his due money, man. And listen, Kane grabs Braden. That's his sidekick now. And they get the business, man. They get to doing the damn thing. I'm like, ooh, it's crazy. You see Tariq talking to his sister, trying to get her out the joint. And poor girl, man. This is so sad for her, you know. But what can you do, man? It's nothing you really can do. He's trying. And did y'all see that scene when the grandma was in the store earlier, or like later in the episode? Tyreek was watching the video. And he did file a motion to get custody. And I think that's what's going to happen. Everybody had a speculation or theory about who the daughter was going to go stay with, where Tariq's sister was going to stay with. And they were like, yo, Lauren and Tariq are going to get an apartment. I'm like, dude, ain't no way they sacking up that early in their relationship or just at all. But we'll see what happens. Kane's in in the room when he gets back, and he's like, listen, where's Tariq at? And he's like, he ain't here. He's like, well, I need you for something. And Brandon's like, all right, cool. So he wound up taking Brandon. At first, he was going to take Tariq. Listen, he liked Braden. Him and Braden got good charisma and on stage, I guess charisma too. Or just on-screen chemistry. That's what I meant to say. On-screen chemistry. We see Sax and the DA are at the department, and Sax is a dirty dog. He goes into her bag and sees that Ramirez's gun was actually found at the scene. And I was like, that's my dog. That's the Sax we all knew to love and hate. Right then and there. We see Kamal Tate is doing and earlier they did say they were implementing a drug sweep of all the dorms. They didn't show it, happening per se, but they did find some drugs inside Lawrence's room. And I said this in the last episode when light skinned Keisha put the pills inside the drawer. I said it's the reason they emphasized on that. I wonder why. I said that in my last review. I'm like, yo, why did they emphasize on it? And then when I was watching it, and this is why. They're doing a drug sweep, trying to pin it on Lauren, and he's stonewalling her. He's just being, you're going to get in da 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 da. Milligan pros are pulling, like, yo, you got to finesse her a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a good student, and you should have her do something or something. And this dude proposed she wear a wire. And I'm like, yo, this ain't legal. You cannot have no fucking kid do no shit like this. If anything, they would have just gave her a warning, a pinch. I mean, throw the drugs out. If we find them again, then whatever the school policy is. Let me say that first, because the school policy might be they have to report it and you get kicked out or whatnot. But we don't know. Like, but this her wearing the wire. Like, come on. Like seriously. Like, I'm like, this ain't even like the writers couldn't even believe this part when they were writing it. Like, I don't see how this got improved into the show. And then Milgram goes in and persuading and coercing her. And a lot of people were right. They were like, yo, Lauren will fold under pressure. And yes, she will, dude, because ain't no damn way she would agree to like, like, you think Effie would have did this? Effie would have like, get the fuck out of here. Effie wouldn't have got caught with no damn pills anyway. And like Lauren said, they not even hers. She should have just snitched on light skinned Keisha at the end of the day. We see Tariq meeting up with his liaison, or his I don't know what you would call it, his proxy, his guardian, the person watching his money, the guy from the Cosbys, whatever you want to call him. He a bunch of things. And he's trying to figure out how to get some money so he can get an apartment. He can take care of Yas. And dude eating the fuck out this food, whatever he was eating. But Tariq went up pretty much, I don't know if you call it blackmail, but he winds up persuading him to give him the money so he can do what the hell he need to do. And I'm like, yeah, good, Tariq. That's like something your daddy would do. We see Braden talking, or we see Braden and Kane in the car. They're going to hit the lick. And everything is a joke with Braden. I love it. We see him go up inside a trap spot. While Braden's sitting there, a guy comes up to the car, and he got his hand on his gun, and he's like, "Yo, what you sitting here for?" And Braden's exchange with him. It was just like, "Oh, it's cool, it's cool. I'm just waiting on somebody." Blah blah blah. And then right then and then you see something, bag getting thrown out the window or something. You see Kanan come out blasting. He shoots dude at the car. He hops in, and then they blasting at the car. And Braden's like, "Woo!" I'm like, yo, he like this shit. We see Monet and Papa Tahada. I believe I said that correctly. They just got done getting it in. And he don't know. Monet busting it open. About to be busting it open for somebody else. And they having a conversation. She's saying she wants to put the house up for the money. He's saying no. Take the money from the bar. And she can't bear to tell him that the money isn't there anymore. Because it isn't. And you could just tell she getting sick and sick and sick and tired of him. And it's about to be one of those Kim Kardashian and Kanye West thing. You know what they say? When a woman's fed up, no matter how you feel, it ain't nothing you can do about it. All right, sorry, I'm singing a lot this episode. Anyway, Zeke and Drew chilling at the house. Who knows what that conversation was. Actually, Zeke and Drew are pretty close. Seems like. This is my cane, y'all. I got a little cane now for my ankle and shit. I be thinking I'm pimping and shit. So, anyway, we see them at the house. Zeke's boring or bored, and Drew comes up with the bright idea to have the team stage a protest for the game in order to raise money for Zeke. They started GoFundMe, and it winds up working. And listen, Drew's still talking to Everett. I don't know when they made up because every time this comes on the screen, I just tend to ignore it or go on my phone because I'm not invested in their relationship at all. It's stupid. And I'm not saying that because they play for different teams. It's just stupid. It just serves no purpose to the whole storyline. Or maybe it does. But anyway, they got their little little scenes or whatever. And uh, yeah, I don't really want to get into these stuff. Anyway, we see Effie and Diana hanging out. And they all dialed up and stuff. It was weird seeing Effie. She didn't look like Effie. It was different seeing her. I ain't gonna say it was weird. But she's teaching Effie how to steal, and I'm like, what the fuck do she need to steal for? She gotta, yeah, you gotta want to be if you want to get your own money and do this. And I'm like, yo, this girl don't need to steal. Her mama is Monet, and they kind of just talking about each other backstory, how their parents were. And they're starting to become real BFFs. And one of the things she said was just don't trust Tariq St. Patrick. He's all about himself. And Diana expresses that she really does like him, and then Effie expresses that she really did have feelings for him, but what she fails to mention is that she did Tariq dirty first. So of course Tariq is going to feel some disdain or some kind of way about her. But as we recall, Effie wasn't his first, but he was definitely beating the brakes off of Effie for a minute. Um, so yeah, we come back. Drew comes back to the house after getting his back blown out by Everett, and we see a reporter talking to Zeke. And my first thing I wonder is, Zeke, why are you at the house? Why don't you just go back in the house? But Zeke's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Zeke didn't even make it to the shed. That's just how dumb he is. We see Drew beat up somebody. One of the reporters, I think he said something slick to him about his dad, and he was like, just socked him. And apparently, it was some cameras around there because they got the whole shit on whatever, and it caused the family more money now. So now they got to dish out more money for a defense. But in exchange for them not pressing charges, they want to get an interview with Zeke, with Jamel Hill, and they agree. Ah, so they all put their money they all put their bread on the counter, and Monet's obviously mad about the other incident that took place because I guess, like I said, it became an incident. And she's yelling at him. And he's like, "Yo, I could get a thank you. I bought the most money out of everybody. It was my idea to do the such and such, such and such. You know what? I'm tired." He grabs his coat and walks away. And then as he's leaving, Davis is like, "Listen, man, don't hit me." Uh, and he comes to get the bread or whatnot. And I guess they're a little short. So um, that's when he told him about the Jamal Hill situation, and I'm like, man, ain't no way. That sounds like some, like, this might be the only play we got. But they're gonna field the questions for us, and this is what we're gonna do. And he invites Tariq to come over and coach him, which we find out later on down the road. We see that Braden comes back to the room and he's lying to Tariq, and Tariq is kind of picking up on it. And Tariq, when he pays attention, is very intuitive. Right now, he's just kind of not even seeing things. But when he turns into Ghost, he turns into Ghost, and that's why it's called Ghost. Because at the end of the day, they want to display that he does have that instinct that his father has in him. Well, I think that's going to be prevalent next week. We see him in all black. He's playing right into the Ghost moniker. I think that's what we're gonna see. Uh, but that's when we see the video of the grandma, and I was like, oh man, this is heartbreaking, man. Like I said, man, I know people. I got relatives that's like that, man. It's hard to watch stuff like that for me, man. It's kind of it's crazy, man. We see Kane text Brayden again about hitting another lick. They go to rob a jewelry store, and this was kind of off the piggyback of Brayden. Like Brayden set up the whole, how they were going to go in. He got him in there, like, yeah, I got to get some for my girlfriend. He put his card up to the door. And they go in there and clean that joint out. I'm like, oh, it's litty in the city. They got video of Zeke at a store around the time Professor Reynolds was killed. And he like, yo, this kind of, and this is where Tate's like, listen, well, if he was here, he couldn't have done it, so we got to do it. He's like, well, he could have did it afterwards. He's like, yo, it's not possible. Well, he could have hired somebody to do it. And I'm like, yo, who would he hire? Detective. He just would not let this go. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy because he has nothing else to go off of. You know what I'm saying? If he really knew how far off he was, then he would know. Later on, we see that Tate found the book that Jabari Reynolds was writing. And it was based off of Tyreek's life. So that's how I believe Tyreek's going to become a suspect. And I'm like, dude, Kane told your stupid ass to not let the body be found, and your dumb ass let the body be found. But then this is where we see the next day where Davis comes over with Tariq and he has the questionings and he's like, yo, I'm gonna fill you in. And it cuts right into, I like how they did that too when he's asking him questions, and it cut right into Zeke being at the actual interview. And boy, did he do bad. Like, started off great, and then she started asking them tough questions, which they should have prepared him for. They should have prepared him for the possibility this might take a wrong turn, and I think he would have been set because he doesn't have the mind capacity to just kind of switch up at will. So he was acing everything, saying everything how he's supposed to, and then all of a sudden he just fumbled the fucking ball, and he made it look bad, like bad for everybody. Everybody was like, "Come on, Zeke! Like, are you serious?" Like, he's like, "This fucking bullshit. I'm done. I'm done. This is fucking bullshit." And you see Monet watching Kane, and Kane like, "Oh God, like this gonna come back." You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's the one that killed Ramirez. So he like, man, this dude is fucking stupid. And Zeke back to having that stupid look on his face, like I can't wait till they do a meme. And like he got this dumb, he just looks so fucking stupid. Dude. That was a stupid looking boy, dude. Little dumb athlete looking motherfucker, man. He plays right into it too. But he was making me mad, man. Jamel Hill was making me mad too with her fucking talking to my man Zeke like that. I don't appreciate that. Tariq already. I gotta go soon as he's with Lauren. I gotta go. They asked Jamel why she did it. He like, I don't work for you. I'm like, you fucking little puta. You puta. You puta. Anyway, we see Monet gets a text saying that the balance is all paid. She get a text from Davis. The balance is all paid, and I'm like, who the hell paid his balance? At first, I thought Tariq did it, but I'm like, Tariq ain't got the money like that. And as we know, her boo thing paid for it, Mecca. We see the grandma goes to pay Tariq a visit, and she just like an alcoholic, loud. She got the fucked up wig. She looked just like, and she brings him the custody papers, and she's like, "You gonna try to take custody of me?" And he tried to explain, like, "Listen, man, she better in my care than your care," but she not trying to hear that. Alcoholics never is. We see Drew goes to see Everett. They get into an argument, which leads to them making up and kissing. I'm like, anyway, we skipping this scene again. Monet goes to see she goes to see old boy. And listen, Monet tells Kanan they have to find the body of Ramirez. That's the only way Zeke's gonna get out of this because they think Ramirez popped old boy and then just did skip town. And I'm like, that don't even make sense. If he did do that, you don't think he would like try to hide the body to where nobody will find him? Like, I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers stupid. That's what cops be. They don't really be knowing nothing unless people tell them. So just know out there. You keep your damn mouth shut. 9 times out of 10, you get out some shit. Anyway, so Kane has to go dig the body up, and of course he takes Braden. I don't know why he's exposing Braden to even knowing this because Braden is going to tell Tariq. Now I don't know if Braden knows exactly who it is, but he could still be like, "We went and dug up a body," and then Tariq's gonna be like, "You dug up a body? Where did you go afterwards?" "Oh, we came here. You were in the bathroom, or you were such and such." And oh no, you weren't here because Braden was in the bathroom. You weren't here, and Tariq gonna start looking around, and he gonna see the badge, and then it's gonna be down. Tariq not stupid, man. So we see Kanan digging up the body, and then at the same time we see Mecca, and they had the big reveal that Zeke was actually their son. Their son they had together. I have no idea how this happened. How they don't know about this? Why is she pretending to be this man aunt when she's this man mom? I don't know if she gave him up for adoption, and then later on she decided to go find him. Who knows? This is crazy though. Especially like, how the fuck did he become an NBA prospect with no dad or father figure in his life? I thought he had parents, but they lived out of town. So when he's in town, he stays with Monet and them. But I don't know. I just don't understand the purpose of keeping a secret. Who knows? Maybe the husband didn't want to know they cheated, that she cheated. So maybe I have no idea what's going on. I really don't. We'll find out though next episode. Um, at the end of the episode, we see that, like I said, the detective came in and said he found the paperwork that Jabari was writing on. So easy with that, and then we see Kanan putting the badge of Ramirez in Tariq's drawer, and it's crazy. And then we see Tariq and Lauren chilling, and she got that snitch wash on, and he notices it. He doesn't know it's a wire in there, but he does notice it, and she goes to take it off, and he's like, "Oh, you got your rolling," and who knows, man? That might wind up being his downfall. But Tariq really doesn't talk anything business wise around Lauren, which is smart. All in all, like I said, it was a great episode, or good episode. It was a decent episode. I liked it. If there's anything I left out, just leave it in the comments below, man. Make sure you post your comments below. I want to talk about this. What did you feel about the big reveal? Did you know Mecca was Zeke's daddy? He's Zeke's daddy. Come on. Or did you think it was Kane's daddy? A lot of people thought it was Kane's daddy. Or did you think it was Ghost's brother? Could still be Ghost's brother. Who knows? Post your comments below. Like I said, make sure you smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button. We almost at 2,000 subs. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Till next time, peace. I am the Black Abstract. Peace, love, and prosperity. One.